Hello and welcome to the Economic Times Health Insurance special episode. Year on year, insurance penetration in India has always been an area of concern. But post the coronavirus pandemic, the equation has been changed and demand for quality healthcare is on the rise. But the important question is, are we prepared to handle the healthcare challenges we continue to face at a societal and individual level? In this special episode, we bring to you exclusive insights from India's three leading companies who will stress upon the importance of health insurance and discuss special policies that have been designed to protect you from COVID-19. The first company in focus is ICICI Lombard General Insurance. ICICI Lombard is among India's leading private sector general insurance companies. As a reputed and established player in the industry, it offers a wide range of customer-centric risk management solutions across motor, health, home, cyber insurance in the retail space. Similarly, its offerings for corporate include fire, marine and other new age insurance offerings including wellness, loss minimization solutions and so on. Let's hear more from them. Well, we're now joined by Mr. Sanjay Datta. He's the Chief of Underwriting, Claims and Reinsurance at ICICI Lombard General Insurance. Thank you, Mr. Datta, for joining me here today and speaking to me. With the coronavirus pandemic around, people are realizing the importance of health and, which earlier might have just been a secondary topic of concern. So if you compare maybe pre-COVID to post-COVID-19 times, are you seeing more and more people opting for health insurance policies?
Yes, there has been a different uptick, not only in inquiries, but also people who are taking COVID, covers, as well as people who are taking the normal, health insurance cover, which, caters to both COVID and non-COVID kind of hospitalization, as well as, all kinds of surgeries and, infectious diseases. But the idea here is to be able to not only have such a coverage, but also there are people who already have coverage. They have started increasing their limits of the policy to be able to, cater to, higher healthcare costs should they fall ill and should they turn critical. That's also one very remote possibility, but there is also the big possibility that one may need ICU care, one may need ventilator care.
And Mr. Datta, a while back, your company also came out with the Corona Kavach policy, which is specifically designed for coronavirus. Could you shed some more light on the salient points of this policy?
We have come out with this policy, which has been built on us, on the same coverage standards as laid out by the regulator, for every company. So this is a response from the industry towards, the Indian public, for both those who've already got health insurance, which definitely covers corona, and they would like to supplement it with a Corona Coverage policy, as also for those who do not have any medical insurance in any form whatsoever, and would like to take a kind of a immediate kind of cover as a single risk kind of cover, which covers only corona. They would get some kind of financial relief in terms of being able to access healthcare, and they would also be covered for a certain period of time. And the access to healthcare is now, suddenly been expanded. Not only will you get access to healthcare at hospitals, but also at home. If you choose to isolate yourself due to government, or doctor's advice to self-isolate at home, even though you could be corona positive, so both the aspects are taken care of in this product. And finally, the product has been designed in such a manner that it is also can be taken for short-term intervals of 3.5 months, 6.5 months, and 9.5 months, as opposed to a normal policy of 1 year.
Mr. Datta, as the world fights an invisible enemy, you as an insurance coverage provider, you must have seen a rise in the number of claims that have come up, the claims that people have put in now under this pandemic. Just your experience in handling that, how are you handling this situation?
You're absolutely right. The pandemic caught every one of us by surprise. But, we had to adapt to the situation and be able to, cater to this particular, catastrophic event in the lives of our countrymen. So having said that, what we did, first, of course, we'll look at the processes. Two big clarifications by the regulator was that, every, health insurance policy issued by us for for covering hospitalization would cater to pandemic. That was the first one. The second one was more important in terms of making sure the process is isolated and we have fast approvals for pandemic claims within a particular period of time. Having said that, we as a company, of course, operating in a lockdown situation, made sure that our call center, our claims processing teams, our people who approve requests for hospitalization, for cashless requests, as also the people who will pay your reimbursement claims. We just made sure that we would be able to operate in a lockdown situation, and that meant that we would necessarily have to adopt digital means of being able to cater to claims. So everything went digital, including reimbursement claims. We accepted scanned copies of documents, processed it on that basis, and digitally paid claims, digitally approved cashless requests, digitally got in touch with either the customer or the provider. We were always also be in we were in touch through calls and various other virtual means. But in short, the whole idea was make sure that none of the processes suffered because of the lockdown or the lack of physical access to documents or people. And last but not the least, we maintained our contact with all of our customers. We provided them facilities like home health care in case they could not get hospitalized. We said that your policy could be accessed even for quarantining at home if you're COVID positive, and your doctor tells you to be able to help as home isolate yourself. So these were the various mechanisms we kind of used to be able to rise up to the challenge and be able to take care of the various emergencies and the challenges which arose because of this pandemic.
Thank you, Mr. Datta, for talking to us, and all the very best to you and your team for the way ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sumit. It was lovely talking with you, and thank you for the opportunity to prepare for each. Thank you.
This current challenge phase which has come to us because of this COVID pandemic, on one hand, it has faced a big challenge in terms of how to take care of and how to mitigate and how to come out of it. At the same time, it has posed a lot of opportunities for the entire country and the health system in particular. First of all, we have all become aware about the importance of health and hygiene in our lives. At the same time, we as a country have become more stronger in terms of our capacities to take care of face the situation in future. At the same time, the COVID crisis has opened the arena for things like telemedicine and distance digital health. We, from the time around a decade back, it is not too old phenomena in India, health insurance. So starting from this Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana, RSBI, which we started in 2008, and coming to a place, a situation wherein we have this project of ABPM, Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, which is the biggest public sector health insurance project in the world with 54 crore beneficiaries. I think we have already come a long way. And if we merge the state government run health insurance scheme, almost 13 crore family plus, that makes it approximately 65 crore beneficiary, approximately 50% of the Indian population is getting covered just directly by the government run health insurance projects. At the same time, we have seen in the past few years that the private sector is also joining hands with the government, and private sector is also coming up, increasing the capacities. Private insurance companies are giving health insurance cover, and NHA is contemplating in future to support the private sector in these activities if required, so that we can run some pilots to assess as to how to take this arrangement forward. And I am 100% sure that health insurance would become universal as we expected out of National Health Policy 2017. And government would try its best to see to it that both government and private agencies join hand in hand. And in future, we become a 100% insured country in terms of health insurance.
Welcome back. You're watching the Economic Times Health Insurance Special episode. Chola MS General Insurance Company offers a wide range of insurance products that include motor, health, property, accident, engineering, liability, marine, travel, and crop insurance for individuals and corporates. Chola MS champions a brand philosophy called T3, which stands for Trust, Transparency, and Technology. Without further ado, let's converse with them.
चोला एमएस हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस जरूरत में हर पल आपके साथ
बस साथ 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 चलते हैं.
Now, the COVID-19 pandemic has impacted the entire world. But besides practicing social distancing and regular sanitization, we've come to realize of the importance of boosting one's immunity. That is most important also to protect ourselves from the disease. And once again, we've truly been shown that really health is the true wealth. And while ill health is detrimental to life, what is not highlighted is how it severely impacts one's financial status. The cost of healthcare is on the rise. We all know that. And the best way to insulate your finances from that is to take a simple health insurance policy, which, according to some reports, a whopping 65% of Indians don't have. So to talk to us more about the importance of having an adequate health insurance cover and how this becomes even more important in these times, I'm going to be joined by the MD of Chola Mandalam MS General Insurance Company, Mr. S.S. Gopalaratnam. So let's start with COVID-19 only. Now, your insurance company, along with other insurers, have come up with new COVID-19 specific insurance products. But how's your product suite a little different from what others have to offer?
One of the strategies adopted by the insurance companies is to bring disease-specific products. The reason for disease-specialized products is that it addresses the risks relating to the disease, and then you are able to position the product very nicely to benefit the end customer. To briefly tell you about Chola MS, there are three things that we do. One is what is called hospitalization relating to COVID. We are given a benefit product. For example, benefit starting from 10,000 to 50,000 rupees. There's no need for any bill. The second is a daily cash benefit. We give 250 to 1,000 rupees depending on what the customer chooses as a hospitalization benefit. If the quarantine is confirmed or even suspected cases, this is a unique benefit in the market, wherein the daily cash benefit is offered from day one of hospitalization or quarantine up to a maximum of 15 days. And third important thing that COVID-19 has thrown up is what is called the job loss. See, many people have lost their jobs, and we have bundled 50% of the sum insured per month as a maximum for a maximum period of 3 months towards job loss due to either diagnosis or quarantine for confirmed COVID-19 cases.
But Mr. Gopalaratnam, COVID-19 is a new disease. So do the health insurance policies that are in place already before COVID-19 came on the scene, do they still cover coronavirus, and to what extent? Because that is one major concern that policyholders do have.
Most of the health insurance policies they cover mostly the hospitalization. And the hospitalization can be due to any reason. And COVID-19 comes under the category of infectious diseases. So it can be cold, cough, it can be phlegm, it can be pneumonia, it can go to high levels of infections. It can be any infectious diseases covered under existing health insurance products. COVID-19 is covered in all the existing health insurance products under the category of infectious diseases.
The company also enjoys a very good claim settlement ratio. But what do you attribute that to?
See, our claim settlement ratio is in excess of 95% in health. So that is a brand that we have built over a period of 19 years. And I would say there are 4 or 5 important things that the claims teams do. One is very transparent communication at every step of claim processing to the insured as well as the intermediary. Then dedicated servicing team to handhold the customer in case of any additional requirements. Then call center support in 6 regional languages to ensure ease of communication and interaction. And finally, regional support team to help customers in case of any abrupt need. And we also have very strong turnaround time standards. We have been continuously reducing what is called AL, authorization, We have a network of more than 8,500 hospitals. Remember, all over India, in 8,500 hospitals, people getting clearances in 15 to 20 minutes. We have about 7 or 8 doctors in our claims team who are really continuously working on 24 by 7 and trying to support the customers. So many
Fantastic.
initiatives we have done to ensure that servicing records are kept up very high levels.
Especially in these times where times have changed so much, how are you ensuring that the motto of your company, which is the 3 T's, so trust, transparency, and technology, stays true?
Our core brand essence is pledged to protect through T3, which is trust, transparency, and technology. And trust and transparency, as I mentioned earlier, we have built over a period of time. Technology is the third thing. This we have been driving it in the last 7, 8 years. And most of our operations are well networked. We are one of the high technology enabled companies in the country. In a matter of 7 days, when the COVID shutdown was announced, we ensured that 100% of all our employees are connected. And we are also trying to bring in a lot of exciting technology related digital initiatives to enhance our customer journeys, whether it is agile technologies, OCR, ICR, integrated buying and selling experience, automated underwriting and claims journeys, live video streaming of claims. So many things we are doing in the area of technology um, uh, that is really going to help us, particularly in terms of the service records and making the life easier for our agents, partners, and customers.
Your thoughts on the way ahead in this new environment that we are living in, working in this new normal?
At a company level, we are redefining the way IT infrastructure is being done. We are moving most of the things to the cloud. We're enhancing our level of cyber security so that work from home and remote working, we don't lose anything. And we are going to cut down all unnecessary travel and space. We have to come to a situation where the new life is going to be less social outgoings, less social gatherings, but still interact with people in a digital manner, connect with people through video, right? We are doing now, and that's
Right.
going to be the new normal.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Gopal Ratnam, for talking to us. It was a pleasure interacting with you and to get your insights on this very important topic of health insurance. Welcome back. You're watching the Economic Times Health Insurance Special episode. I'm now joined by Ravi Vishwanath. He's the President, Health and Accident at HDFC Ergo. Ravi, thank you so much for talking to us on this very important topic of health insurance in the time of coronavirus. It's known that India is uninsured or rather underinsured, and they say that about, I think, fewer than 2% of the population have opted for insurance. So in the wake of COVID-19, have you seen this trend begin to reverse, begin to change?
So a couple of things just to set the context, right? So yeah, 2%, you're absolutely right. That is the share of people who've got private insurance. About 12 crores, 12 to 13 crores. You've also got in India about 70, 75 crores who have got some health insurance, which is provided by the government, either through PMJY or, through various government schemes, state schemes, etc. What you're left with is the 50 crores in the middle who are neither covered by private or employer insurance, nor they have any government support, sort of the missing middle. And these are the people who also tend to be most at risk. What we're seeing now, Sumit, is two things. We are seeing people in this group, who may never have considered health insurance in the past, start to look at it and start to understand, what is it, what do they get covered, what are their risks. What we're also seeing importantly is a number of people in the group that is covered, the 12, 13 crores who are covered. They look at their employer plan, they look at their own plan. And what they're realizing, looking at what's happening around them, is that, oh, you know what? I'm underinsured. I don't have enough coverage. So now they are in the market and they are actively exploring how do I increase my coverage. So you have both these dynamics sort of playing out simultaneously. And that's sort of evident in sort of the industry numbers, particularly when you look at retail health insurance and how that is going. I think it's reflective of those trends.
Ravi, now I know that HDFC Ergo offers a full range, a large product suite that spans retail, corporate, and rural sectors. Any unique or the most pressing needs, particular to each sector, that have come to the forefront in the face of the coronavirus pandemic?
So I think at this point, the most important question that people have on their mind is, does your product cover COVID? Right? HDFC Ergo's products do cover COVID. We have had the privilege of serving many customers thousands of customers who have been afflicted by COVID. And we have done just a number of things around our technology, around our service architecture, around the way that we set up our people, the way that we have deployed technology, the way we're using our relationships with our hospital, etc., to make sure that there is absolutely no reduction in the experience that customers get. In fact, if anything, the experience has become better. We are paying claims faster than we've ever paid. We are doing pre-authorizations faster than we've ever done. We have the largest network that we've ever had. We've got over 11,000 hospitals that is on our cashless network now. And we've done all these things to make sure that the most important thing that is on people's mind is, will you be able to pay my claim right now? Is answered emphatically, and we are able to go back to the customers and demonstrate to them that, at this time of need, we stand with you and we are, here to serve you.
HDFC Ergo has been digitally first in a way, or digitally prepared for a while. So how has that actually come down to help in this time of crisis?
One of the key investments that the company decided to make several years ago and then has been continuously investing in is something that we call digital first. And those investments have really borne fruit now. When we think about digital first, it is not just about customers going to a website and buying, but it's the entire value chain, right? So starts with our apps. Customers being able to go onto our website, as I said, our sales force, we've got over 100,000 agents, for example. We've got partners, we've got web aggregators. How do we connect all of them digitally? How do we make sure that we train our agents? Is very important, right? How do we make sure they understand what's happening with COVID? Because the customers are asking them. So we have a duty to train them. So training them, empowering them, making sure they can complete the transaction digitally, making sure that underwriting happens digitally. And then when it comes to claims, everybody is, of course, working from home, but we have managed to improve our technology. We have managed to do a number of things where, we are now offering pre-authorization, for example, in less than 20 minutes. 20% of our reimbursement claims, we're actually paying on the same day into the customer's bank account, right? And so we've set up our technology to do these things. Our call center is operating, fully. As I said earlier, we've got 11,000 hospitals on our network now, and customers can, they can be sure that, they will be served. So all these things are enabled with a very strong digital architecture that we have invested in over years. All that investment really helped us now. But all the conversation that we are now having in the company is, how do we take these assets that have helped us so well, and how do we now take this to the next level?
Ravi, recently the IRDA approved the Corona Kavach policies, which all general and health insurers are offering. And of course, HDFC Ergo is also offering this product. Could you tell us a little bit about this product? How is it being beneficial? Why is it important? And to what type of people is it important?
Absolutely. We are very excited about it. We have filed, we have received approval. We are now in the market with Corona Kavach. As the name suggests, it provides coverage for, if you're diagnosed with COVID. It covers you, if you're in a hospital, also provides coverage for home healthcare. What is unique about it is that it's actually a very short-term cover. So it's 3.5 months, 6.5 months, and 9.5 months. And if your viewers are wondering why half month, it's because there's a 15-day waiting period. So then once you go past the waiting period, you're covered for 3 months, 6 months, and 9 months. Incidentally, one thing that we have done that I would like to just mention on our core policies, right, which do cover Corona, is that we've also told customers that we cover home healthcare in the core policy. We've also said that things like a no-claim bonus or a refill bonus, which would get impacted with a normal claim, will not get impacted for Corona. So we've done those things as well. If you can buy a full product, buy the full product. If you can't, buy Corona. If you have coverage, evaluate if you have enough. If you don't, buy the Corona Coverage policy.
Ravi, one last question before I let you go. Now we've come to understand that your company's vision is to provide financial freedom to every customer. So tell us about your expansion plans going forward.
What I can tell you is that we're very, very excited about the potential for health insurance. We think that it's a great opportunity to serve the people of our nation. We're absolutely committed to earning our customers' trust. We're absolutely committed to doing so transparently. We're absolutely committed to investing in technology. And we want to make sure that people are able to take it easy, as we say, and leave all their financial worries to us, while we make sure that we work really hard day and night to earn and retain their trust.
Fantastic. Well, we wish you all the very best so that you can keep going ahead and reaching out to more customers and protecting us all.
in our times of need. Thank you so much, Ravi, for talking to us.
Thank you so much. Stay safe.
With that, we come to the end of this very special episode. But do remember that basis your healthcare and financial needs, you must evaluate your choices and make a sound decision of buying the apt amount of health insurance for yourself and for your loved ones. Stay safe and stay at home.